Hey, what's up, guys? Again, welcome to my channel. In this video, we're going to be focusing on the front-end validations for the login form. Now, I'm not quite sure how popular jQuery is these days, but to do the front-end validation, I went with the jQuery validation plugin to do the front-end validations. So, for me, the first thing I need to do now is actually address this. When I did the login elements, I mean the form elements for the login form, I actually forgot to wrap these elements within the form tag. So that's the first thing I want to rectify before we get into the validations first. So what I want to do is copy that there and then just add a form element, and then I'll say form, and then just give it a class of login form. All right, and then I'm gonna repaste all of the form elements back in within the form tags. Okay, so I just wanna indent them a bit there. Now, um, the other thing then we need to do is here right above the body tag, I want to add the scripts that we're gonna need for the validation. Okay, so the first script tag that I want to add is the jQuery what you call it um, jQuery file there. Oh, by the way, sorry about that. I already have the files downloaded within my folder. Like I said, I'm pretty sure most of you know where to get these files. I've had these files quite for some time in my machine, so I just copied them over into my project my project folder. But just in case if there are those who don't know where to get jQuery, I'll leave a link in the description below. So first, I'm gonna need to um, link the jQuery script tag. I mean the jQuery file there. So I'm gonna say resource and then JS and then jQuery there. And then I'm gonna add another script and say resource and then JS and then the the second file I'm going to add is the jQuery.validate.js. Now you need to add them within this order, otherwise it's not going to work. Now what I'm going to do now is within the JS file folder there, I'm going to add a custom jQuery file of my own. So I'm going to say login validation.js. All right, and then add that as the last script file. And then I'll say login.js. So just remember, make sure to add them in this particular order, otherwise it would not work. Now, one of the other reasons I added this particular class to the form itself is because we're gonna need it in order to access all of the elements within this form. So within the within the login.js file here, I'm gonna initiate jQuery there. Okay, so now I'm gonna get the login form. So by the way, I named it login form. So for that, what I need to do is Okay, and then I need to say validate, and then within here I'm going to open the braces there. Let me just indent this a little bit. Now within here, this is when we start to actually set the rules for our form. So for that, I'm gonna create an object called rules, and now the rules that we're gonna set are for the login fields themselves. And for us to in order for us to access them, we need to use the name attribute. So we got the email there, and then we also have the password. So within here, we need to access them using those names. So we're gonna say email, and then we're gonna say true, and then for the password, we also want to say true. Okay, all right. And so with this, what we're basically saying is that when the user is clicking on the login field, these two fields are going to be required. So now we can also set custom messages for them. So what we can do is I'm going to just leave a comment there, end of rules, and then right under the rules there, we're going to say messages, and then we're going to create another object. So for the email, we will say, sorry, I actually made a mistake here. I was actually supposed to say required, that's true. And then same thing for the password. I need to leave a comma there. Right, apologies for that, guys. I actually forgot that you need to actually say required and then say set the value to true. Same for the password. All right. So now for the messages here, what we need to do is we're gonna say email, and then we're gonna create an object there. We're gonna say required, and then the message is going to be the email field is required, right? Okay, and then for the password, we're going to do the exact same thing. You're going to say password required uh, field is required. All right. The other thing is that here we can say email, right? We can also say true. And then for that, what we're going to do here is say that email, and then the message for that is going to be please enter a valid email. So actually that's supposed to go within here. If I remember correctly, I think that's how it's actually supposed to be set up. Okay. So now as you can see, we set the rules for our forms, and how the jQuery validation plugin knows that is that it takes it checks within the form that has this particular class. which is what we gave our form element here. And then these attributes that you see here, um, it's actually taking them from the name attribute field there, or from the name attribute over there. So that's how it knows that it needs to set the validation rule for these particular fields. So now the other thing is that when it displays the error messages, it's actually going to use a label with the class of error. So for us to see the labels themselves, what we need to do is within here, I'm going to say error dot, I'm going to take the class error and give it a color of red. All right, let's just check and see how it actually looks now. So I'm going to say, okay, so there it's giving our error messages over there. So if I just type some nonsense over there, it's gonna say please enter a valid email address. So as you can see with the jQuery plugin, we are able to set our rules as we see fit. So now the last thing I want to do is for these fields over here, I want to add I want the borders to be highlighted with the red color. So in order to do that, here within the jQuery file over here at the top, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say um, validator dot set defaults. Then I'm going to add the braces there, and then what I'll do is say highlight, and then I'm going to create a function, and then within here I'll just say L. So this is just going to represent the element, which is the input field there. Okay, and so with that, what I'll do is I'll say L dot add class. So the class that I'm going to add is a jQuery, it's a Bootstrap class. So that is going to be is invalid. Okay, so let's just check it and see if it works. Okay, there you have it. So now when you click on there, it's going to give it a reddish border on the input field, and then it's also going to show us the error messages. Now the other thing is that once you type in there, let's say for example you type in a valid email address, for example, at some company com, for example, the error message is gone, but the border still stays the same. So now what I need to do is I'm going to do the exact same thing that I did with the highlights, but then this time I'm removing the class. So what I need to do now is I'm going to just copy this and paste it there. And then this time I'll say unhighlight. And then this time we're going to say remove uh, class. Right. Okay, let's just check it now. So when you click there, it gives the errors, and then we're gonna say it. All right, some com. All right. So as you can see, as soon as you type in the a valid email address, it then now removes the border and the error message. Same goes for the password. As soon as you type in a correct password, then it removes the error messages and the border. So yeah, I don't know if any of you have ever worked with the jQuery Validator plugin, but there are various video tutorials online that you can find where they show you how to work with the plugin. So for me, for me that's it in terms of the validation or the front end validations for the login form. So we should be moving towards doing the same thing for the registration form, but we're going to be doing that within the next video. All right, guys. So that should be it for the front end validation for the login form. And please like, share, and subscribe, and we will be seeing you within the next video. Cheers for now.